Majority Leader.
I'll bet we're in a quorum call. Is that right?
We are.
I ask consent that it be terminated.
Without objection, so ordered.
I now ask unanimous consent that on Tuesday, September 24th at 11:15 a.m., Senate proceed to executive session to consider the nomination calendar number 203, that there be 30 minutes for debate equally divided in the usual form, that upon the use or reading back of that time, the Senate proceed to vote with no intervening action or debate on the nomination. That then the motion reconsider be considered made and laid on the table. There be no intervening action or debate, and no further motions be in order, and that any related statements be printed in the record. And that President Obama be immediately notified of the Senate's action, and the Senate then resume legislative session.
Without objection.
I now ask unanimous consent the Senate proceed to the consideration of 3 different resolutions, 246, 247, 248.
The Senate will proceed to the measures en bloc.
I ask consent that the resolutions be agreed to, the preambles be agreed to, the motions to reconsider be laid on the table en bloc with no intervening action or debate.
Without objection.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that when the Senate completes its business day, it adjourn until 2 p.m. on Monday, September 23rd, and that following the prayer and the pledge, the morning hour be deemed expired. The journal proceedings be approved to date. The times of 2 leaders be reserved for use later in the day. Following any leader remarks, the Senate be in a period of morning business until 4 p.m. with senators permitted to speak for up to 10 minutes each.
Without objection.
As has been previously announced, there will be no roll call votes on Monday. The next vote will be at about 11:45 a.m. on Tuesday on the confirmation of the Hughes nomination. If there's no further business come before the Senate, ask that it adjourn under the previous order.
The Senate stands adjourned until 2 p.m. on Monday.
So the Senate's gavelled out, but earlier today, members passed a bill that allows helium to be sold from the Federal Helium Reserve and then uses the proceeds for the reserve's operating costs. The Chamber also continued work on an energy efficiency bill. That legislation is aimed at helping manufacturers develop energy-efficient technologies for their businesses. We could see more debate on that bill next week. And in the coming days, both the Senate and the House will need to pass a continuing resolution that would keep the government funded past September 30th. Negotiations continue on that as well. Follow the Senate live here on C-SPAN 2 when members gavel back in.